Welcome to this episode of Pill and Pod. And today we have our industry expert, Mr. Akhil Gupta, with us, who is a management graduate. And after 24 years of experience in pharmaceutical science and marketing on different roles and responsibilities, he learned the trick of sales in oncology, anti-cancer drugs. He worked extensively with top-notch oncologists of India. He worked in Dabur, Panesha Biotech, Intas, and then he started his own venture. His company, is the fastest growing organization with more than 25 brands and a team of 30 people. So let's welcome Mr. Akhil Gupta, the managing director of his company. So, friends, as I have already told you about Mr. Akhil Gupta here, who is an industry expert today, and we have requested him to join us on this platform to guide us, to give us his wisdom so that we can decide where exactly we want to go in our career, in our professional life. So as I have told you, Mr. Akhil Gupta is an expert in sales and marketing of pharmaceutical products. Akhil sir, welcome to our Pill and Pod program.
My pleasure, sir.
Thanks
you for calling me here.
Thank you. Sir, so I have already discussed about your profile, what you had been doing, from where exactly your journey started, and now I would just like to request you to please let us know what is your current venture. अभी क्या कर रहे हैं आप?
Sir, after serving in different companies as you described, I've started my own venture around 6 years back. So here in this venture, what we do is we manufacture our own brands, formulations, and market it across India.
Fantastic. What therapeutic segment you have chosen?
So we are into oncology, mainly in oncology.
Okay.
Which is anti-cancer therapeutic segment.
Amazing. Fantastic. So you had been working in industry for many years together, and then you have started your own entrepreneurship, own venture. Just in case, what's the name of your company, sir?
Sir, it is Cellgen Biopharma Private Limited.
Wow. Fantastic. And why exactly did you decide to come into oncology drugs only?
See, as you know, sir, my previous experience in this segment, and I found that this oncology segment growth prospects are very high in future because the diagnostic techniques have come and incidences are increasing. So I thought this is a growing segment. I should, get into this. This was the only reason.
Okay. So, Akhil sir, the very first question which I would just like to ask starting this podcast, what is the ground reality of sales and marketing in oncology in pharmaceutical industry? I mean to say, what is the definition of sales and marketing in pharmaceutical industry pertaining to oncology field?
See, in oncology, the opportunity in sales and marketing is huge. And what I'm facing these days is short of talent, real talent in the industry. If we get good talent in coming time, so future is very bright for salespeople in oncology segment.
All right. Okay. And how one aspirant, a new student from pharmacy background can join into this field? What should be the selection criteria?
See, for new people who are planning to get into sales and marketing for pharmaceuticals or especially in oncology, what I see is first is there should be a flair for sales and a sincerity for learning and love for science. These three things should be there.
Okay. And what do you expect to see in a fresher's resume if at all some aspirant comes to you for an interview or for probably a vacancy in sales and marketing? So what would you like to see in a resume?
So for fresher, I personally see is the communication, how is the attitude, what he or she has done in the recent academic.
Okay.
And how about the knowledge of little science, general science, anatomy. These are the basic things which I personally see the attitude and communication.
All right, all right. Because attitude and communications are two skills which are being largely used in sales. Because science could always be taught by you or the product managers of your company. Scientific information could be given. But specifically, the important thing is how would they communicate this scientific information to the customer? Communication is
That's
skills.
correct.
Correct.
That is
Fantastic.
correct.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because many aspirants and students actually ask me if at all they wish to get into sales, what should they learn? How should they be? What kind of characteristic they should have to get into sales? Fantastic. Next question I would just like to ask Mr. Akhil sir. What would you like to ask a candidate?
To ask a candidate.
Yeah. When you are taking an interview, what would you like to ask?
The first, like to talk about the family background,
Mhm.
his academics, how well he has done, how serious he was or she was in the academics. So by talking about it, we come to know about the communication skills and why exactly he wants to come into sales or marketing. That shows his attitude. So both the things I check while asking 3-4 questions about in academics. If a person is serious about career, his academics would be really does matter.
Okay. Sir, I would like to ask one more question because these questions again had been asked to me by many students. Suppose one student is not very good in academics. He or she doesn't have very good marks in her or his mark sheet. But integrity of the candidate is very high. Communication skills are good. And the candidate is actually able to show his or her zeal towards sales job. Then what kind of weightage you will give to number 1, academics, number 2, communication skill, number 3, commitment. Of course, he or she would actually be able to show her or his commitment towards the job because they were never ever in the job, so they can't really prove that they had been very truthful, very honest, very obedient, very hardworking. They cannot do that because they are just starting. But still, because you had been talking to them, so what kind of weightage you will give to academics? Number 1, number 2, communication, number 3, integrity, number 4, hardworking attitude.
So as I say that it's a cumulative thing: academics, communication, attitude, flair for sales, everything. But I gave communication most. Then weightage of communication is high. Academics little less than communication. Attitude is equivalent to communication. If a person is have been little weak in academics, it doesn't matter that it is not like that he will not get the chance. But if he gets the chance, how will he or she prove herself or himself? That depends on the communication interest level, how he interacts with the people, what are his hobbies, what does he do extracurricular. If he has not done good in academics, what extracurricular, what is his involvement in overall society. That all give me an impression that to hire him or not to hire him. But the weightage would be, my weightage, personal weightage would be communication and attitude first, academics later, and then other things.
Amazing. बहुत सुंदर जवाब. This thing will actually clarify all the confusion and mist our candidate might be having right now in their minds, whether they are fit for sales job, whether they would get a job because their academics are not good. So Mr. Akhil Gupta has made it very clear. The practical aspect in communication, attitude and commitment, of course, it's these 3 weightages are more. Academics are fine, but academics are all equally important. But these things would be prima facie would be seen first in a candidate. Amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much, sir. So another question which is being again asked, and it's an important, maybe it might not be in the radar of new candidates or aspirants right now. How would they find out whether they are okay with sales job or not? Because I understand, I had seen in my career a number of people have started thinking that they are good in sales or they might make a career in sales, but over the period of time they realize that no, sales is not my cup of tea, and by the time a lot of time has gone by and they are in a
Mhm.
position where they cannot shift to add another industry or maybe another job function of pharmaceutical industry. So it becomes
Mhm.
extremely important right now that candidates
Mhm.
should know whether they
Mhm.
want to go into sales, product management,
Mhm.
quality assurance, quality
Mhm.
control, production,
Mhm.
regulatory affairs, research and development, what. So how would they decide that they are okay, they are good, they are eligible for sales job?
Intelligent question, and it comes to every fresher's mind. See, after doing a brilliant course like B Pharma, what are the other options available with him or her? Like quality assurance,
Hmm.
manufacturing, sales and marketing, getting into own venture kind of thing, like some distribution ship or retailer, business, retail
Hmm.
business.
Hmm.
So these are all
Oh,
aspect after doing prospects. In fact, after doing the course.
all right.
So sales is one line, or I would say the option that gives you, a lot of freedom. Whether you should analyze yourself that you want to go all out. If you feel good, talking to other people, if you are good enough in influencing people, if you can listen no 100 times, then also you are pursuing for something. If you are good at it, then only people should go for sales. Otherwise, there are many options available after this course. Many options, as I told you. But for sales people, they should analyze: are they good at it?
Hmm. All right.
Roaming from one place to another place, traveling most of the times, does it suit them? Do they realize a sense of achievement when they go for a sales call and get a success in that? So these kind of the things they have to ask themselves, or rather they love to work in a closed premise and working at some platform. What is that is attracting them?
Okay. Okay. All right. So, plain and simple, very aptly, very beautifully, you have explained that a candidate aspirant should try to identify his nature, his characteristics, whether the candidate is extrovert, does he or she love to interact with people, love to travel, love to bear the brunt of no, because n number of customers would say no to him, so he would have to try again and again and again. So if at all candidate would recognize that he is quite persistent in his behavior, बार बार जाके
Yeah.
उसको उसी चीज के पीछे लगे रहना है, that is one characteristic in sales which is of virtue. You mean to say
Yeah,
that that virtue would actually work for a salesperson? Amazing.
that's right.
Thank you so much. So, I would like to request you again, if at all you can explain, what is the entry level job description in sales? फर्ज कीजिए कोई एस्पिरेंट एंट्री करता है किसी भी सेल्स जॉब में है, तो
Mhm.
जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन क्या होता है वहां पर? व्हाट इज सेल्स? आई मीन टू से स्टूडेंट्स वुड लाइक टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन, क्या करना होता है उसको सेल्स में?
Yes, pharmaceutical selling is a very interesting job. It is different from other white goods selling or some other hardcore selling,
Right.
because this is indirect kind of selling. Your kids should understand this difference between selling a white good or selling a pharmaceutical products.
Right.
So here, your customer is a person who is not, in fact, your consumer. Consumer is different. Your customer is different. So, and one more thing in this pharmaceutical selling is limited number of customers with repeat purchase.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right? Like if you are selling a pen,
Okay.
so you have a new customer on daily basis. There may be repeat purchase also,
Mm-hmm.
but in pharmaceutical selling, it is the same customer for a person, and you are meeting that customer only. You have to go them, meet them. You have to make them understand what is the product you are selling, what are the features of the product, what is the benefit of the product for his patient,
Hmm.
how it is better than the competitor's brand, is it available nearby his practice area, and number of things. The basic thing is, he has to meet a customer who is not a consumer, and on very frequent basis you have to make him purchase on repetitive basis. You have to pursue, you have to make his knowledge upgradation on your product or therapeutic area. So these are the basic job. Plus this is first, then plus you are managing sales channel also, like distributor, retailers, meeting them, taking care of inventory and all. So very interesting job.
Okay. Okay. And what could be the most sensitive part of this job?
The most sensitive part in this job or any other job is understanding your customer.
Okay.
As per my view, this is the most sensitive. The more you understand your customer, the more the chances you are successful
Hmm.
in your job.
Very apt and very appropriate. If at all we understand our customer, we can certainly do better. We can certainly excel in our sales
There
career.
are two things I would say in addition to customer. The another thing is your knowledge about your product which you are dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Customer understanding plus your product understanding should be on the highest level. These are two very sensitive things. If you are weak in any one of them, you would become a mediocre kind of a salesperson.
All right. Sir, thank you so much. So, next question I would like to ask, what kind of growth career opportunities and advancements are there in sales?
Okay. So growth opportunities are ample in sales, right? Starting from the ground level. There are ladders you can, scale up to VP position, getting into managerial position, and then guiding or leading a team of significant number of people.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get into one more, very interesting thing I would like to mention here for people who are aspiring into, for coming into pharmaceutical sales.
Mm-hmm.
This is one industry where marketing people do not have any direct access to marketing.
Okay.
I mean to say, salespeople, when they have good knowledge of therapeutic area and market, customer, product, they are absorbed by the management in marketing
Mm-hmm.
segment. Because what is marketing? Marketing is understanding of what, when, how,
Mm-hmm.
all these things. So in this industry, marketing entry for marketing is through sales job. So if you join in sales, so marketing is another opportunity which you can get into. Sales maybe you can have many roles are there which are there as a managerial position. Then I know many of the people who started with the basic ground job in sales in pharmaceuticals, and now today they are VP, president of good sizable companies.
Right. Right.
So opportunities are enough. One should be serious about the job, and this job should be taken as the career.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people in this industry, those who have just joined it just to earn monthly perks.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking it very seriously as a career. So they just keep doing the same job for 30 years. It is
Right.
up to you how you want to take it.
And what about overseas opportunities? I mean to say, if at all a candidate would like to work in some other country, because that is also
Mhm.
very exciting and interesting. It seems so. And I understand many candidates would like to go outside of India and, make their career. So, what are the overseas opportunities in sales?
Opportunities are coming up very fast for overseas jobs for pharmaceutical sales, because our Indian pharmaceutical industry is growing very fast, and acceptability in international market is very high.
Mm-hmm.
Companies are expanding itself into other markets. There they need their own people.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, for last 10 years I'm now known to many people those who have gone to many countries as country manager and sales lead there.
Okay.
Good opportunities, I would not say as high as IT, but it is expanding, it is growing,
Okay.
it is growing.
इसी से रिलेटेड एक क्वेश्चन जो बार बार पूछा जा रहा है और जो कि बहुत एप्रीहेंशन कैंडिडेट्स के दिमाग में है कि अगर वो फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री में ज्वाइन करते हैं और उनके कुछ कलीग्स आईटी इंडस्ट्री में जाते हैं तो सैलरी पैकेजेस का बहुत बड़ा गैप है। उनको ये फीलिंग है कि आईटी इंडस्ट्री में सैलरी पैकेजेस आर ह्यूज और फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री में जब वो ज्वाइन करते हैं तो बहुत छोटे छोटे पैकेजेस पे होते हैं। तो इस वजह से उनको कई बार ये भी महसूस होता है कि वो गलत इंडस्ट्री में आ गए। सो व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से अबाउट दिस सर?
I'll not deny that, but if you see in long term, so in long term there is no much difference between pharmaceutical sales people drawing salaries and IT industry में लोग जो salary draw कर रहे हैं, not much difference. But initially, yes, there is a difference. But if you get into some specialty segments, there you can counter this situation.
Okay.
Not in general, but in specialty division, if you get into in the initial days, you can counter this.
स्पेशलिटी डिविजन्स से मतलब आपका क्या मतलब है सर?
One is general pharma, another is some specialty divisions like critical care, or as the segment we are into is oncology, nephrology, neurology or cardiology. Critical illnesses.
Okay.
Segment is these are few segments where you can get good entry.
All right. Amazing.
In comparison to IT, no, I'll not say that it will match the IT things. Everything has got a phase. If you talk about pharmaceutical sales 40 years back, it used to be a dream job for many people that time. So it's a phase. But if you get into in a good company and good segment and groom yourself and do hard work, so salary and packages are not, you will not find much gap between IT and pharmaceutical sales.
Very right, sir. Very right. Very aptly answered this question. So now this confusion should also go away from the minds of young students that there would be a salary difference between these two disciplines. They should keep on working on their skills. They should wait, and then this gap would be gone. Amazing.
Yeah. Frankly, sharing with you that IT industry is also not doing very well these days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this perception that IT people are getting very good salaries in the initial days is also not very correct. It is correct to some extent, but not in every case. Only few good companies are giving huge packages, but in IT industry also it is getting a little bit stagnancy is there now also.
Mm-hmm. Fine. Sir, next question I would just like to ask, do these companies, pharmaceutical companies, provide mentorship programs for these new candidates, training opportunities for new professionals? Because they have this apprehension in their mind whether they will get an entry into a good company or not. So does these companies provide some mentorship programs?
Of course. All the big companies, good companies provide, mentorship program also. If you are serious, if you are serious about yourself and your career, and you are able to show it to the management, they will provide you some mentorship programs also. Like we also offer in our organization, if somebody is very serious and good learner and wants to grow in the life and career, we also provide programs like doing good MBA from good institutes or doing some marketing course We always try to in this industry particularly, talent is always honored.
All right.
So it is up to you how you want to go, how serious about you and you for yourself and your career and growth. Many companies provide mentorship program,
Right, sir.
and institutes like IIM and XLRI and many places, many good places.
They are also offering many courses to upgrade your skills, even in
and
sales
and
or in
uh, and
marketing.
good companies keep doing internal programs also for skill development, for your knowledge development, and these are the things. And if you are serious, and if you show the talent, they you can get into later on, after spending say for 5 7 years, you can get into training and development segment also.
Yes, that is also very exciting. Very exciting. That is yet another field where a candidate can go from sales to training and development. Yes,
Training and development, yes.
right. So, sir, another very crucial question which is always there in today's candidatures, today's aspirants, what are the initial salary packages in the industry? What is your take in this area? What are the initial salary packages a candidate can get in pharmaceutical industry in sales?
So in my views, there is no fixed bracket. It is
Okay.
up to you how knowledgeable and how smart you are.
Mm-hmm.
What is your talent level? So it is starting from like 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs,
Mm-hmm.
depending upon the organization and segment area. So nowadays, on an average entry level is, in my views, as per my knowledge, it is around 3 lakhs.
And let's say a candidate keeps on working very diligently, very intelligently, hard work and everything. After 5 years, what would
Mhm.
be this number? An approximation, sir.
So
An approximation, no problem.
I think it should be in the bracket of 8 to 10 lakhs.
Amazing. That's beautiful. Very nice. So I would just like to reiterate and re-emphasize on this point for all the aspirants whosoever are listening to this program, that Mr. Akhil sir has very categorically summarized and suggested that if at all a candidate keeps on working hard with diligence and with commitment, so salary package again would not be a problem. After 5 years, say it always happens, a fresher candidate has to invest his time in the industry, any industry for that matter, and the candidate can reach up to the level of 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs after 5 years. And that's really significant. Really significant.
One more thing I would like to mention here. Unlike this IT industry,
Mhm.
this pharmaceutical sales offers you lot of earning opportunities in terms of incentives. If
Yes.
you are serious, if you are methodical in your approach, you can earn up to a parallel salary in a year. If
Wow.
say for an example, if you are getting or drawing 5 lakh rupees package,
Mhm.
so you can earn up to 4 5 lakh rupees of incentives. It is up to you.
Wow. Okay. So practically
It is up to you.
you can double your salary in a year. So even if you
Yeah.
are working at 5 lakhs, you can earn 10 lakhs if at all you are working hard
Yes.
and methodical, as you said.
Yeah.
Very right. Amazing. Sir, another question I would like to ask, how important is networking nowadays in this field, sales field? Networking की कितनी importance है?
So at most importance है networking की.
Mm-hmm.
सेल्स जॉब में तो स्पेशली सेल्स जॉब में until unless you have good connect with people,
Mm-hmm.
so you would be a kind of out of market.
Right. I would just like to repeat this again for the benefit of the aspirants that sales means connecting to people. And of course, the another name of connecting to people is networking. So you have better networking, you have better connections, you have better rapport with the people, the good, the better, and the best salesperson you are. That's very right. Thank you so much, Akhil sir. So, I would just like to request you once again to give a message to new aspirants who would actually decide to come into sales. What should they
Mhm.
do? How should they develop themselves before entering into sales? What should they, develop their skill? What are the skills they should develop?
I would say, first of all, they should work on their communication, check their communication skills first.
Mm-hmm.
If they find that it is not as per the requirement, so they should get a good course on communication skill, because sales you have to be a good presenter, you should be a good communicator. So these are the skills basically they should improve upon.
Okay.
Make yourself presentable, and make yourself presentable, and you should be a good presenter also. So both the things, prepare yourself for good presenter. Communication skills are the must for salespeople, and then some basic knowledge of science like anatomy should be clear, should be proficient, so that it will help you in understanding things. And once you understand better, you can communicate better.
Very right. Absolutely right. So, as Akhil sir is emphasizing on this point time and again in this entire talk, that in sales, communication skill is the first thing which any candidate should develop. As Akhil sir has just mentioned, that one should check whether he is okay, he is good, or what kind of improvisation is needed to improvise his or her communication skills. Thank you so much, Akhil sir. Thank you so much for your time. You have seriously given a practical wisdom to all the candidates. I would request all the candidates to listen to this program again and again. Try to imbibe the wisdom Akhil sir has given here, so you can start developing yourself. And trust me, friends, sales, because I also had been in sales, is an extremely exciting field. You can grow phenomenally over the period of time. Of course, you have to wait for some time. I must say, let's say for another 5, 6, 7 years. And then leaps and bounds growths are there, financially as well as in position. You can go to places. You can easily go to anywhere in the world. So this is the message Akhil sir wanted to present to you here. I would like to thank Akhil sir with my deepest regards. Thank you, sir, to coming into my program, giving your guidance to the students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me here. Best of luck to the new guys. Come to the industry, do well in your life.